Hi guys, and welcome back to the study hack series. This is the 30th hack in this series, and what we're going to look at in this one is for the questions with more marks at 20, 30, 40, should we plan for those answers? Is it necessary to do so? Now, again, I'm going to start with a quote, which is, "Every minute you spend in planning saves 10 minutes in execution. That gives you 1,000% return on energy." That is by Brian Tracy. Now, of course, we've talked about planning in a different study hack, and that was about planning your studying or revision. This is about planning for an actual answer, how you're going to go about it. So the reason why planning is important for those 20, 30, 40 markers, and I'd always recommend it, is because it tells you how you're going to lay out your answer. It gives some sort of general structure about how you're going to go about answering your question. So, for example, you may say, okay, in paragraph 1, I'm going to write this, paragraph 2, I'm going to write this, paragraph 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc. And that layout gives you organization about how you're going to answer the question. So straight away, there's a level of organization which you've planned out so that you can get all your points in. Okay. An alternative way, though, is that some people, instead of writing what they're going to do in paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., etc., is that they have like a mind map of all the points they're going to make, or they have columns about what they're going to write. And so, for example, for and against, and they put all their points down that way. So at least they've got their points there. Okay, so they've got like a list or like a place where they can see all the points that they're going to make, and then obviously they can do evidence and explanation later on throughout when they're answering the question. Now, so that is the second advantage. Apart from organization, there is a clarity about what points you're going to make, and you know what you're going to write. Now, the reason why this is important is, let's say, for example, you are halfway through the answer and you suddenly forget about what points you're going to make next, or the order of the points, or any point that you're going to make, and you need that extra point. What you can do then is go back to your plan and look at those points, so find points that you need to make and then write about that. So it helps in terms of, if people forget the points that they can make, they can then go back, and it's a way of going back to and recalling the relevant points. So instead of having to remember everything that you're going to write, okay, so substitute for that. And the third reason why it's important is that it also signals to the examiner or the person marking your paper that you know what you're doing. You have an idea about how you're going to answer this question, and you have an idea about organization and the points you're going to make, and that signal to the examiner or marker tells them that you're like a man on a mission who knows what they're doing, and that generally provides sends a good signal to them and gives them, even them, a structure, an idea for what you're going to write, and again, makes it more likely they're going to give you more marks, because again, you know what you're doing and how you're going to go about answering the question. So the action step would be to, even if you spend a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes or 0 to 5 minutes, however long you feel like you need to plan out your answer for those longer mark or the questions which are worth more marks. You can do it through writing what you're going to say in each paragraph. You can do it through a mind map and having which points you're going to make outside, or with columns about for and against, or however you want to show your points. And but so long as you've got a plan, and again signaling to the examiner that you know what you're doing, and also signaling to yourself that you know what you're doing, which will massively increase the chances of you getting a lot higher marks. Remember, as it says, every minute you spend in planning saves 10 minutes execution. Obviously it's a bit of an exaggeration, but you spend those 5 minutes or however long you need to spend planning, later on you'll be a lot rewarded for it, because you'll produce a much better answer. And I've seen this with students, when they plan and when they don't plan, they produce the quality and or the number of marks they get in terms of those two differences can be quite different, in terms of when they plan, they generally produce better answers and get a lot more marks for it. So please plan. Okay, so that is study hack for today. Please like this video, comment down below, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel so you can keep on getting content. See you in the next study hack.